Good day, bikers. Jimmy here, welcoming you finally to a new episode of Brits on Bikes. Apologies for the absence. As is the way of the world, life became a little bit overwhelming and I needed to take a bit of a respite to get the chain of my brain back on the cogs of imagination. A lot has happened since we last met, and at the start of this session, Eve, Sean and I ended up having quite a political conversation. Rather than do the disservice of just cutting it out, I've decided to tag the conversation at the end of today's episode, because if we've learned anything in the dumpster fire of 2020, it's that pretending that politics is confined to the likes of Whitehall or Capitol Hill is what enables bad people to do bad things. In the words of one of my favourite 90s bands, everything is political. So you are free to choose to stay right to the end, or you are welcome to stop at another of our trademark cliffhangers. We respect your freedom to choose, but please bear in mind that strong language will occur and we make no apologies for that or the opinions which are solely our own. Be sure to check out the teaser from friend of the show, Erin, who has just launched their own podcast, Super Idols, which is well worth a smash on subscribe of the podcatcher of your choice. But for now, let's get on with the show. Listeners, and welcome to episode 15 of, or season 2, episode 15 of Brits on Bikes. My name is Jimmy Sprinkles, and with me this evening is Eve.
Hi.
And Sean.
Good evening.
How are we all today?
Oh, I'm getting by. Don't listen to advice from EMTs on the internet if it's in regards to a situation that might be longer than 10 minutes from a hospital.
I'm doing okay. I've been drinking quarantinis all day, so I'm in a good mood.
A little bit tipsy. I've just cracked open a bottle of wine, some cheap plonk, just to get me through this evening, because tonight is going to be a bit of an interesting one.
Oh, really?
In so much that I'm woefully underprepared. However, I've got some plans. I'd like this evening to be a little bit of a collaboration as we start to sort of think about where we are headed with Dee and Alex. So before that, I'm just going to do a very, very quick recap because it's been a couple of weeks since we last recorded. Dee and Alex and Jess and Nettles continued to travel through time on the path of Wyndham Woods, encountering, I think they started with a Roman legion, and then they ended up in the village where Agnes lived. Alex managed to rescue some women who had been accused of being witches.
Yep.
Don't know what happened to them.
Well, I assume they died based on the course of history.
Who knows?
Well, we don't even know if it was actually history. We'll only know if we can find a coconut tree somewhere.
Yeah. So you continued to travel through time. So you did that. Then you met Malcolm Rayner
Yes.
and his team of people. Malcolm Rayner, in case you've forgotten, was the chap who disintegrated into dust in Black Annis's lair. But he was looking very much alive when you saw him.
Yes, and I threatened him with his future wallet.
Yep, and from there, I believe you then hopped back into the present day where you went running. You managed to eventually kind of see the kids in the distance, and bizarrely, there was a lot of litter around, and there was a large sign that was half hanging down, which was like a finishing line. But you ignored that, you hopped over and you met up with Nana Casper and Tony. Tony got the kids into the car and Nana Casper began the ritual to remove Agnes from Black Annis.
Yes.
And we're not really sure, but it all got very, very strange. Dee ended up floating 20 foot in the air. Alex saw Dee turn into the woman that was in his dream.
Yep.
And that was where...
Yeah, did you not remember that bit?
No, I didn't.
Oh
hear
yeah,
that
you didn't
bit.
have headphones on.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I said you were
headphones.
glowy. That's as far as I got.
Yeah, so technically speaking, Dee doesn't know that, but
Oh, cool.
so the woman in Alex's dream was the woman that you turned into.
Neat.
So when we left you, Nana Casper was very, very confused by the whole situation, and had kind of declared that there was a lot to discuss. But we're going to fast forward things a little bit now, because given the time of day and the fact that you've got a van full of children desperate to get home to their parents, you're hurried into the van, and Tony drives to the edge of Honeywell Gardens, where most of the children, except for Alex, and Jess, currently live. Is there anything that you particularly want to do before we move things on to the following morning?
I don't know. Do we want to do a debrief or do we want to pass out?
We should probably make sure that none of them start blabbing to the police or anyone about what's just happened. Not that they'll believe them, but I don't want my name being mentioned in them reappearing.
Well, I mean, like, you know, what are they gonna say? Oh yeah, no, we got rescued by those kids that you told not to come rescue us.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a bad thing to me.
That sounds like a bad thing to me.
Have you had anything like this happen in the past?
Yeah. Well, I mean, nobody can remember it now because the timeline got replaced. But yeah.
Okay, but what about in that timeline? How did people react to this?
Yeah, he mostly just kind of ignored it and pretended it was other things, and then a bunch of fascists took over the town.
Well, you see, I want to avoid that bit, you know?
Well, I mean, that wouldn't because they were magic wizards, okay? So, like, you know, they didn't take over because of, like, you know, everyone ignoring it.
So, you're saying that there won't be...
Well, I'm not saying that there won't be, but I mean, if there is, we'll go mess them up like I did last time, and hopefully we won't wait time.
And hopefully I won't disappear.
Yes, hopefully you won't disappear. So far, I've been the only constant, so like I'm pretty sure I won't disappear.
This is not filling me with confidence, Dee. This is not filling me with confidence.
Sally still technically exists. She's in that mule.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really want to be a painting, though.
I don't think she's a painting. Oh, wait. So yeah. No, those kids are definitely gonna blab, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's going to be questions.
And and you know how much I enjoy being questioned by people.
So, we should probably settle our story real quick.
Yeah.
We're walking through the woods. We found a house.
They were all just trapped inside. They'd gone to explore it, maybe?
No. They're definitely going to say that they were kidnapped by some creepy old lady or something.
Are you going to say that?
Yeah, we turned to the kids.
Are you talking to anybody in particular?
No, just all of them.
Yeah.
Some of the younger ones have fallen asleep, obviously exhausted from their run. There are a couple of people who are still slightly awake. The girl who's slightly older than you, whose name escapes me right this second.
Same, honestly.
Who looks beaten down by the last few events. I don't really know what I'm gonna say. You know, if I tell my dad that I was locked in a mirror by some mad old witch with metal fingers, he'll have me locked up.
Yep.
Alright, so...
He will.
Yeah, hey. Look here. When they ask, you're gonna tell them most of the truth.
Yeah.
You were kidnapped by some crazy old lady and locked up in the basement. We came through, we heard a ruckus, and we were like, hey, knock it off. We got you out of there, and our good old pals over there at Tim's DIY gave us a ride. Look at that. Now everyone's a hero, everyone's happy. Crazy old lady ran off into the woods.
If you don't mind, Dee, I'd rather you not bring up my name.
What, are you kidding? This is going to give you so much business.
I'm not really one for the limelight, dear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but we're not mentioning you specifically. We're not mentioning you specifically. We're mentioning your business. All publicity is good publicity.
She raises an eyebrow and she make brains rolls for me.
Brains. My brains roll is...
Oh, that's a 5.
I got a 10.
Both good. Nana Caspar looks drained and, absolutely just as exhausted as the tired children in the back of the van. Yes, I suppose.
No, hey, the only involvement was, hey, these people, the helpful, they had a big van.
Well, let's just keep it at that, shall we, Dee?
Yeah. No. Like I said, old lady ran off into the woods. We don't know what happened to her. It's fine.
You can move into logistics.
Yeah.
Ellis pipes up and says, that's all well and good, but what were you two doing there in the first place?
We were having a walk in the forest.
Well, I mean, you want the truth or you want the story? Truth is, we hunted down that lady to take her out and rescue y'all. The story is, we went for a hike.
Yeah.
Saw weird
Healthy
house.
hike.
Make a charm roll, Dee.
Hey! There we go. That would be a 16.
With a D4. What's been going on for the last few episodes? Okay, so Ellis looks at you, Dee, and as soon as you say that you were actually there to kind of hunt you down, like his eyes open wide and he's like, cool. Do you do things like this often?
I've done it a couple times.
Oh, you're not going to...
Alex is new to it, though.
No one's going to believe this.
Yeah, probably not. Tell him to get with me. I'll do the eye twist. Oh, wait, no, I probably shouldn't do that in front of a ton of people. Well, magic's real and stuff, so if you see anything weird, you just come and get me.
Oh, right. Okay. I don't think anything's going to get weirder than this, to be honest.
This ain't nothing, dude.
Jess looks over at you, Alex, and she says, "What does he mean?"
I'm not entirely sure as of yet myself. I'm kind of getting used to this myself as well. Remember, I'm new here, mostly.
Wait, wow, it looked like you knew what you were doing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm from London. I know what I'm doing most of the time. I'm just playing it as it is,
Make a brains roll for me.
Yeah, right. 16.
Okay. It was a kind of toss-up between charms and brains, but I'm going to go with brains because, as you say, I'm from London. You look at her face and it says it all, really. That just seems to be like the perfect excuse. Oh, he's from London. Clearly,
that makes
he knows
sense.
what he's doing when it comes... Yeah, it all makes sense. And she's like, oh, right, well, I don't think I had the chance to thank you. So, thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Dee's just sitting over in the corner with their hands on their cheeks going, what?
Dee.
What?
The minute Dee makes the R sound, Jess flicks her hair back awkwardly and puts a little bit of space between her and Alex.
I shoot Dee a death stare.
Okay, so the van eventually pulls over just outside the borders of Honeywell Gardens, and Nana Casper turns back around to you all and she says, I think this is where we'll leave you. You'll be okay to find your own houses, won't you, dears?
Absolutely, I'm not an idiot.
So Tony climbs out and opens the back of the van and lets all the children out, leaving just the four of you there.
Cool. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Get plenty of rest. Stay hydrated.
My dears, I do believe I have a lot to think about and assess how this situation has panned out. But
No, I think it went pretty
dear
good.
children, that you are always welcome at Tim's DIY. Please feel free to head on over whenever you want.
Heck yeah. Put it there. Dee holds out their hand.
Nana Casper doesn't hesitate and holds out her hand and shakes it firmly.
Pleasure as always.
Oh, and don't forget, dear, you still owe me 2 favors.
Hey, don't worry. I got a family up there in the brain pan.
We will deal with them as soon as possible.
Okay, so she gets back into the car. Tony gives you a cheerful wave, and they drive off into the night.
Bye, Tony. You strange purple man.
Oh wait, you don't need to call that out. Like,
He is. You've not seen him. He's strange in purple.
okay.
When you see
He's
him,
cool.
You'll understand. He's cool. No, I like Tony. Don't get me wrong. He's just strange in purple.
I mean, I ain't seen no way as purple, but I mean, ain't no hair off my back, you know?
It's fine. He's cool. I like him.
So,
All right, so what do you want to do?
So that was our first mission then.
yeah. What time is it?
Yeah.
It's about 11:30
In the morning?
at night.
Oh, geez, we were out there for a while, huh?
Yeah. Time passes when you're inside a sort of strange labyrinth thing.
Yeah, then going through time portals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could have come out at any time, really. I mean, we should probably be glad we came out on the same day.
Damn, wait. What's up with all this marathon looking stuff? That wasn't there when we went in. Was that a fun one?
What?
You know, the marathon stuff. You know, all the twash around and that finish sign.
Oh. I have no idea.
Did we miss that? Because that sounds like it would have been fun.
I mean, either that or Nana Casper put it there.
Why would Nana Casper put it there?
I don't know, to give us a welcome at the end of the run.
Well, I mean, that's pretty fun, but, like, why would she throw a bunch of twash on the ground, too? You think Tony was just there eating a bunch of snacks?
I mean, he is very large and very purple.
You come to think of it, I've never really seen him eat nothing.
Well, maybe he did whilst we weren't looking, and it was quite a lot.
Ah, no, it's past 11. Good grief, it is late.
I am exhausted.
Tony, not Tony. Uncle Tommy is going to wake me over the coals.
My dad probably won't even notice I'm gone.
Well, you want to come over to my place?
Yeah, why not?
Alright, cool. We'll make a sandwich.
Do you have a phone? do you have a phone at yours?
Yeah.
I guess you do. Yeah, cool. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll ring home when I get back up there then.
It's a modern place.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's
I think you and Uncle Tommy would get along real well.
okay. Sure. Why not?
You're both like the same kind of neurotic.
I'm not neurotic.
You are definitely neurotic.
Dee, I'm not. What are you on about?
You are so neurotic. You're like, oh, magic. Ooh, I don't know how to handle that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm not used to this.
Don't worry, you'll get there. You'll get there.
Yeah, I'm sure I will.
Dee just claps him on the back, like way too hard. Like, come on.
Oh, ow. Yeah, I'll get that. I'm sure.
Okay, so the two of you start to make your way through Honeywell Gardens, and you notice the odd house where lights are still on, and as you glance over the fences of some of the front gardens, you can see parents, the silhouettes of parents being reunited with their children and sharing an embrace.
Oh,
And you can pat yourselves on the back for a job well done.
we did a good.
Dude does that.
Eventually, you find your way outside your house, Dee, and you start trailing up the path. And the moment that you open the front gate, you see a light come on, and a door flies open, and Tommy is there. He just rushes out and just grabs you, and is just like, "Where were you?" And just like completely out of character, just gives you a massive hug. What happened? Where have you been? I had to call the police. I thought you were one of the missing children. I thought that you'd been taken.
No.
Then where have you been?
We went on a hike.
Yeah, we went on a hike, and I'm about to make a really dumb joke. I'm making myself laugh. Time got away from us.
He says, you were on a hike, but you were supposed to meet me at the race today. I thought that was the plan.
Well, time flies when you're having fun.
What waste? Because, like, we definitely saw some waste stuff, and I don't remember nothing about a waste.
We arranged it. I thought it might be a good idea that you perhaps attend one of our, like, little traditions.
Hey, I would have totally been down for a waste. Okay, I like wanted. I just hadn't heard anything about a waste. Like, where did this come from? No, Dee, like, briefly looks over to Alex and like, mouths the word time crap.
Alex nods and sort of shrugs.
Tommy notices you for the first time, Alex, and glances over at you. And he
Hello?
says, Are you Alex?
Yes?
Your father has been looking for you.
Oh.
He came round to see if you were here.
I mean, I didn't realise he was looking for me. I mean, we could...
He's worried sick.
Well, can I borrow your phone?
Yes, of course. Come on in.
Thank you. I run in. Hopefully that takes the heat off of Dee for a bit.
Yeah, Dee's gonna be apologizing and try to like express like confusion over the day of when the race was supposed to be, and yeah, just stuff like that.
Okay, make a brains roll for me, Dee.
That'd be a 5.
As you trail up the path, you begin to question whether or not going on a hike is going to remain a valid excuse.
Yeah, no, I understand this, but to just like, he's clearly been through an experience, so we'll give him until the morning to like settle all that stuff. Because it's Uncle Tom, he's gonna want me to talk to the cops and stuff, and I just want to go to bed. I want to like hang out and just like unwind for a little bit, and then go like just pass out. Like
All right,
flip on the TV, pass out on the couch.
You head into the house, and Tommy gestures at the phone that's in the hallway, and says, "Please help yourself."
I walk over to the phone and I pick it up and I ring. What type of phone is it?
It's a classic dial phone.
Oh, rotary phone.
So it takes 20 minutes to dial it.
Oh, I miss rotary phones.
Yeah, those things were fun.
My
They were
nana had one of
terrible,
those.
but they were fun. It felt good. Very tactile.
They were very good for like calling 999 was way more of a sort of deliberate thing that you had to do. Like if it stopped people from panicking a lot, apparently that was the reason they chose 999 in the UK, because the rotary phone you had to go
That makes
instead
sense.
of like, which
But
is
you
cool.
guys had like those phones with like 17 meters of cord on them, so you could pretty much like go anywhere in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like we never had that over here.
yeah, we didn't have that. We had the specific phone area of the house where there would be there's a phone,
A little table.
there's a little cable, there's a cable that you use for the internet that you unplug when you are just using the phone.
Good old phone zone.
Yeah, you've got you got the phone zone book of power where you keep everyone's like information in a little book.
Yeah, D hates Uncle Tommy's phone zone because there's no chair.
Wait, hang on a minute. You don't have a chair in your phone zone?
Yeah, it's
No.
like, you know,
Best you can do is perch on the stairs.
like I'm making a long distance call to my ma. I want to sit my butt down, okay?
That's what carpet's for.
We'll be talking for like 10 minutes. I imagine this is in like the entry hallway area, so it's like hardwood floor, and we're just like not comfy.
Yeah, Alex picks up the phone. I'm not going to give a number because I don't know the number, but I imagine Alex does.
Okay. You dial up and the phone starts to ring. Eventually, the phone at the other end is picked up, and immediately you hear,
Alex? Alex, is that you?
Yeah, it is, Dad. Hi. We're sorry.
Where have you been? What's been going on? What's happening? Why are you not home?
Sorry, me and Dee were out on a hike, and like time just passed quicker than we thought it would.
A hike?
Yeah,
When was this planned?
it wasn't planned.
Why
It was
didn't
just
you tell me? You didn't leave a note or
it was
anything.
impromptu. We just went off into the woods, and we were just sort of walking, and things like we just got like we were having fun, and then we didn't realize it was getting late.
Oh, this is incredibly irresponsible. You know that. don't you?
Sorry, Dad.
If your mother was here,
She isn't though. So, like, I was just having fun with my mates. I'm sorry.
there has been children going missing in the town, Alex.
Yeah, but
I'm not a child.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not kidding anymore, Dad. No, I'm I know that. I was just happy to be hanging out with my mates for once. It was nice.
Well, where are you now?
I'm over at Dee's house.
Oh, yes, I spoke to his uncle.
Yeah. We're both here, perfectly safe, everything's fine.
Oh, that is a relief.
I'm sorry for worrying you, Dad.
You should be getting home.
Yeah, I guess it's I mean, can I stay a little bit longer? Or do you want me back now?
I'd really rather you back home.
Okay. That's fine. Okay, I'll be back as soon as I can, okay?
Just be as quick as you can.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright. See you in a bit. I'm sorry. Once again, I'm sorry.
yeah, he hangs up.
Wow, rude. Didn't even say bye. What? How dare him?
This is TV universe. You don't say bye.
Rude.
Unless it's very awkward.
In TV universe, this is the worst universe. I turn around to Dee and I go, my dad wants me back.
Well, shoot. Okay.
Sorry, like any other night, I'm sure. It's just after what we've done.
I get it. No. What time? Some other time then.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, no, like maybe this weekend?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. I'm gonna head off then, but thanks for being cool
You know.
and saving me from the rope.
Yeah. No. Yeah. You got your leg wheel tangled up in that. Whoa.
Yeah,
Thank you for being cool and smashing that wet.
yeah, no, it was my pleasure, I guess.
Oh wait.
Okay.
Okay, so you awkwardly stand in the hallway until eventually Alex decides to.
I'm Gonna go now.
Head on.
Bye.
Bye. Nice to meet you. What's his name again? Uncle
Tommy.
Nice to meet you, Uncle Tommy.
Are you going to be okay getting home?
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's fine. I'll just go as quickly as I can. It's not far.
Well, I mean, Uncle Tommy could give you a ride.
You sure?
Could you?
Yes, I that's what happens in these situations. Yes, I could.
Okay, that sounds good. I'd rather not be biking at this time of night, really.
Well, that's lucky because your bike's still at Woodland Woods.
Oh God. Oh God. Yeah,
oh
that's
no,
gone
it's
now.
not. It's
No,
at the
not.
junkyard.
Yeah, no, it's at the yeah, no, it is. Yeah, it's still at the junkyard.
But
That's
the
fine.
moped is still at Wyndham Woods.
Yes. Moped's gone at this point. It's been stolen. Absolutely, it's gone. Yeah, I'd rather not be walking.
Can we retcon and say that Tony was smart enough to pick that up?
Where would he put it?
In the van.
He had 6 children in his van. Well, 8 children.
Probably ate it.
Yeah,
We
go
don't know.
back and get it.
We'll see. Okay, so Tommy looks over at you, Dee, and says, "I really think that you should be getting to bed now. I'll take Alex home, and we'll talk again in the morning. I expect you to be asleep by the time I get back."
Yeah, no, that ain't gonna be a problem. I'm pretty knackered.
Yes, quite. Come along then, Alex. I'll drive you home.
Sure, thank you. Thanks. And I walk with him to the car.
Okay, so so you jump into the car, and we'll leave you there for a second. I'm just trying to imagine, like Tommy and Alex alone together.
It's just
car.
silence the entire time. It's silence.
It would be silence, wouldn't it? There wouldn't be any conversation.
There's no conversation. It's silent.
Tommy
awkward
has
silence.
a hard enough time with Dee. I don't think he could handle like you as well, given the circumstances. All right, so Dee, what would you like to do?
Honestly, I think Dee's just going to head straight upstairs. I like the idea that Uncle Tommy was just so generally distracted that they didn't even notice that Dee was just covered in their spy equipment.
It's a good point. It's valid. He probably thinks it's some kind of special hiking gear.
Yeah, it's just hiking gear.
Yeah, with like the baseball bat and
this is how hikers do it.
The
in the
spear
States.
gun sticking out of the top of the backpack, and so yeah, Dee just marches upstairs and stripping off their equipment and letting it just drop to the floor. After they change into some pajamas, they kind of just kick it underneath their bed.
Okay, so you're just leaving all your stuff just like in a heap on the floor.
No, they're kicking it underneath the bed.
Okay.
Yeah. They're scooching it all underneath the bed, take an extra blanket and just kind of drop it on the floor so it's out of sight, like blocked with the blanket.
Make a brains roll for me.
I am making a brains roll. It's a 4. I'm rolling okay on my brains.
We're doing very smartly today. We're thinking the big words.
So you climb into bed and you put your hand over the top of your stuff and you scoop it under the bed. But as you do so, your hand lands on your bag and there's something in there that, well, you're not sure what it is. A foreign object of some kind.
Dee squats down and pops open that bag.
Inside, you find a coconut.
I knew it. Dee holds up the coconut like to the light. As like I knew it. There's something special about you. You are the only thing besides me that came over from the other universe. And that was after I threw you. You are magic. You're special. There's something special. What are your secrets?
Coconut.
We will sort this out. And Dee like takes it and very carefully places it atop the dresser. And
coconut.
They sit back down on the bed and they're staring at it.
Coconut.
You and me, we're in this together. Know it.
Coconut.
Figure you out. I'll figure you out. Dee lays down. Opens up one eye.
Coconutty dreams.
They open up one eye to look at the coconut one last time before they go to sleep. They're like, yeah, I know you. I got you.
Okay, and you slowly drift off to sleep. Alex, Uncle Tommy drops you off. He makes sure that you get up to the front door and then just drives off.
As I reach for the handle, I have a strange feeling, a disturbance in the force, as if a coconut has respawned.
All right, so you put your hand on the door, and the moment you put your hand on the door, it flies open. Your dad stood there, and he's like, Alex, inside now.
Yeah, sorry, Dad. I walk in as quickly as possible.
He shuts the door firmly, and he turns around, and he says, what were you thinking?
I wasn't.
Being out at this time, with all those disappearances going on.
Yeah, no, I'm aware. We went out into the forest, and then we were just chilling out in the forest and playing around and fighting with sticks and stuff, and then it got late. I honestly don't remember the time passing.
Well, I didn't see you there.
We were deep in the woods, like we weren't like on the path or anything.
Well, you can't do this sort of thing. You can't go disappearing. This town isn't, we don't know much about this town, do we?
No.
You could have been anywhere.
Yeah, but like I trusted Dee to know where we were going, and he didn't take me to anywhere that was dangerous. So everything was fine.
With all these children going
That's
missing,
not true.
do you think it's the sensible thing to do?
Well, no, but I'm a kid, Dad.
Exactly. You're just a child. What if something had happened to you?
If something
What if
had
you'd have got
happened,
yourself in trouble?
then
What if you'd been one of these kidnapped children?
then you would have helped or something. I don't know. I would have been fine. I was fine. Everything's fine.
Look, if I were you, I wouldn't say anything to your mother about this.
That's fine. I haven't talked or seen her in ages now.
At least a week.
At least a week.
Well, I suppose you better go to bed.
That's fine.
I
I'll
still
do that.
have some work to do.
I'm knackered.
Go on then, off you go.
All right. I start walking slowly up the stairs.
Okay, you head on upstairs, and Mr. Hinckley heads on into the front room.
Okay.
Check your backpack for a coconut.
I go into... Okay, all right, fine. I go into my room and I check my backpack, open it up, and just start taking things out.
Okay, everything is in there that you'd expect.
No coconut?
No coconut.
No coconut.
Yeah, I should point out that both Dee and Alex are a mess.
No kind of nut, no legumes, no fruits,
Nope.
no vegetables of otherworldly qualities.
You do have that big ass diamond.
Oh, yes.
No, he didn't. You put it back on the table.
No, we took the diamond. We picked all that
we
shit
took
up.
Have you still got it?
Yeah. Of course we
Oh,
took
right
it.
then.
Dee made sure to take that.
Yeah, no, we got that diamond. I
That
put that diamond
and the big gold coin.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, no, I put those in amongst, like, I lift up some of my records and put it underneath my records.
Yeah, I've just edited that bit in the episode. I love the fact that Dee says, "Oh yeah, you're rich." Nobody will know.
Nobody will notice that
suspect
I've got
you.
a giant diamond. It's fine.
Okay, so yeah, you head off up to bed. Are you the same as Dee? Just kind of throw everything on the floor and kind of hide it in a pile somewhere, or are you a little bit more precise?
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna probably hide that stuff underneath my records.
Okay.
And
Yeah, Alex is way more way more neurotic than Dee about hiding.
I would
this
say more
stuff.
prepared than neurotic, you know? Like, I wouldn't call it neurotic necessarily, but, like, you know, he's definitely putting it in a place where no one's going to find it except him. He arranges all the rest of his stuff, puts the machete in the back of his cupboard behind all of his clothes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a machete, it's a Bowie knife.
It's a Bowie knife.
Specifically avoids trying to cut anything or making any, like a situation where it might fall on something and cause damage to his clothes. And then lies on the bed very quietly in silence and sort of is trying to process everything that's just happened today.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, then. So it is a new day.
We've decided that I'm not a morning peer.
Okay.
And Dee is.
And Dee is all right then. So Dee, you've gotten up fairly early, have you?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I think, you know, Dee had a solid adventure. I don't know, they just feel like pretty energized ever since like that explosion and stuff. Like it's just like it's just
Okay.
like recharged. So like, you know, they didn't sleep in today. Went downstairs, got a shower, made some breakfast. They're chilling out.
Can I just remind you that it is a Wednesday?
Oh, we were both off sick.
That's right.
Oh, snap. Our lies are about to come falling down amongst us. No, it's okay.
Yeah,
'Cause we
time
were both
rewrote
sick.
itself.
No, we were both sick. And then in our delusions, we went off on a walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then time rewrote itself, so who knows what our excuse was.
Yeah, it's fine. Everything's good.
Dee's just decided to carry on as if nothing happened. So, yeah.
Alex has eaten his sandwich, finished his morning TV, and then he's getting ready for school, I guess.
Yep, I'm going to just play it straight. Wait to see how long it takes the cops to pick me up. Because that's going to happen. Yeah, so he pops that cap on. Gives Nettles the finger guns. And was like, I'm feeling pretty good. You know, a lot of good. Yeah, I feel great. I thought I was going to feel tired. I feel pumped. Dee heads out.
Uncle Tommy is just kind of glad that you're back, and he's crept a little bit around you this morning. He's been I think he's a little bit uncertain on how to quite deal with this situation. Make a brains roll for me.
Brains. Ooh. It's a 1.
You don't know what Uncle Tommy is thinking right now in terms of, you know, whether he should be chewing your ear off and punishing you or anything like that. So you head on out and you make your way to school. Alex,
Yep.
So you come downstairs and your dad's there and he said, look, you know, I can't have any more of this. You were supposed to be sick yesterday, weren't you?
Yeah.
What makes you think you'd go swanning off to the woods?
I needed fresh air, Dad. I wasn't feeling well at all.
I need to be able to know that I can trust you, that you're going to come back, you know, at a reasonable hour.
Well, normally I do.
Yes, I know, which is why I'm going to be lenient this time. But until further notice, I would like to see you in the house straight after school.
Yeah, but you're hardly ever here.
That's neither here nor there.
So how are you going to know?
Sometimes I will be here after school, sometimes I will not. So you can take your chances if you wish.
Right.
But if I don't find you here after school, I will be disappointed.
Okay. All right then. Fine. Sure. Okay. I don't mind that. I can be back here.
Fine. Off to school with you.
All right. I head out.
Okay, you're in the front yard, and there is something a little bit out of the ordinary. outside your house.
Coconut. No, it's not coconut.
Dinosaur.
No, that's so.
A
yesterday.
Roman legionnaire.
There is a Rolls Royce And leaning up against the Rolls Royce is a man dressed in chauffeur's livery.
Right.
He peers over the fence as you come out the house, and he says, "Are you Hinckley? Alex Hinckley?"
Yes.
"Oh, excellent." And he looks at you, and he opens the door, the back door of the Rolls Royce, and says, "Come on in."
You're about to
No.
you're about to get made an offer you cannot refuse.
No, sir. I don't get into weird cars.
Oh, of course. How foolish of me.
Yeah.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Eric. I am.
Didn't
Eric,
sound so sure of that.
Eric Goldman.
Really?
Yes. I've been asked to come and fetch you. Mr. Plimpton's orders.
I turn around and sort of check if my dad is still there.
No, he's not there at the moment.
Can I just go check with my dad first before I get into your car?
Oh, yes, of course, sir. Very sensible of you.
Yes, because I don't know who you are, and honestly, the fact that you imagined I would go straight into your car is insane. All right. I walk back into the house and I say,
He doffs his cap at you.
Dad,
What is it? Why haven't you gone to school?
there's a weirdo outside in a Rolls Royce. He wants to pick me up and take me to school.
What?
It's a weirdo outside in a Rolls Royce. He wants to take me to school.
Mr. Hinckley gets up and he heads to the front door. Are you going with him?
Yeah, but I'm sort of staying behind him.
Okay. He pauses in the doorway as he notices this Rolls Royce. What colour is it, by the way?
Black. Of course it's black.
I was kind of thinking like maybe a sort of like lurid green.
Ugh.
Why? No, it's the same color as the Royal Dunker.
What? Royal Dunkers aren't black.
I know. I'm saying
Very green.
It's like beige.
I'd say it's black. It's black, but it's got some like bright green trim.
So it's tacky.
Mr. Hinckley steps outside and he's like, "Hello, can I help you at all?" And the man acknowledges your dad and he says, "Oh yes, of course. My name is, what did I call myself? Eric. I'm Mr. Eric Goldman."
This guy is not very convincing with his voice. His name. He keeps forgetting his name.
Shush. This, like, you don't know how many authors I've got in this room, and I just keep mixing and matching them.
My name is
anyway.
My name is
Yeah.
James.
To be fair, my offer for a name that you just slightly beat me to was going to be QT Large.
QT Large.
After my gas station cup here.
I always go for.
That's the most gas station cup I've ever seen.
Yeah.
My one would be
Right.
Mr. Council Tax. Jonathan Council Tax, at your service.
Well, now QT Large is definitely going to have to be a name.
Yes. That's the name of the coconut.
All right, so Eric makes his way through the garden gate, takes off his cap and places it under his arm, sort of regimental style. And he says, "Oh, you must be Mr. Hinckley. Yes, my name's Mr. Goldman. I am chauffeur for Mr. Plimpton. Mr. Plimpton has requested that your son pays him a visit." Oh, wait, I'm Mr. Hinckley as well.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Well, I'll ask you then, Alex. How do you think your dad is going to react to this?
I imagine my dad is treating it with extreme suspicion, especially after the events of yesterday and not wanting to lose his child.
Okay, all right. So Alex's dad looks at Eric and he says, "And what exactly does Mr. Plimpton want with my son?" And Eric looks over at you and says, "Oh, you're a modest so-and-so, aren't you? What, didn't you know? Alex rescued his daughter, his princess. He saved the children. Those missing children.
I can explain. We may have found them whilst we were walking in the woods yesterday.
What?
We may have found kids whilst we were walking in the woods yesterday, Dad.
Where did you... What? How? What? Why did you even tell me?
Well, because you were upset and stressed out. I didn't want to stress you out anymore.
Oh, my.
We were walking along in the woods. We heard some screaming and we went to this clearing and there was a house and we went in and there was no one there and the kids were down in the basement and we let them out.
He looks over at Mr. Goldman and he says, well, you do know that Alex has school now, don't you? And Mr. Goldman says, oh, it's fine. Mr. Plimpton phoned the school ahead and explained the situation. And your dad looks over at you, Alex, and he says, well, do you want to go?
I mean, I guess. As long as you know where I am, I mean...
And where exactly is he going to be? Eric says, oh, just over at the factory. It shan't take too long, and I'm sure, we'll get him safely to school as soon as business is concluded.
On time, please.
Yes, of course, no problem.
Okay.
Your dad just stands there as you climb into this beige Rolls Royce.
Bye, Dad.
Watches you drive off into the distance.
That's going to be an awkward conversation later.
I think we're going to leave it there for tonight. Oh, unless, Dee, there's anything you want to do.
No, I'm good.
Okay, yeah, we'll leave it there. I didn't really know where we were going tonight, but we kind of spent loads of time doing stuff that I didn't think we were going to do. But that's fine. Was that all right?
Yeah.
So kind of.
I'm intrigued.
We've kind of now wrapped up this arc of Black Anis, and there's still more to do. And I think what we might do is have a bit of a kind of Q&A, a more formal sort of Q&A, like kind of the world building and character creation at the start of any sort of Kids on Bikes campaign, so that we can begin to kind of see where this is going to go. We probably won't do a lot of play for next session, but we'll certainly kind of have a chat and think about what's next in store for Dee and Alex, because I think there's lots going on here now.
The plot is thickening like a
lots of things that you want to do as well. So, have we got anything that we would like to plug this week? Have we got any announcements? Anything exciting going on in your lives?
Me personally right now, no. But, hey, stay safe out there.
Yeah.
I mean, stuff's heavy.
Yeah, us Brits will be We'll be thinking about our American cousins and hoping that they're being as safe as they can be, but also resist, mother.
Yes,
resist. And what about you, Sean? Is there anything that you would like to plug this week?
a couple of new episodes of Omen coming out at the minute.
Lovely, excellent.
They're now on Fire Island of the Dragons. So
amazing,
fun times ahead for them.
We're back on. I'm back doing What's Your Role for the Roll to Play Network as well, and I had a very, very lovely time interviewing the cast of The Red Death this weekend, which included Doug Lewandowski, who wrote Kids on Bikes, which was a little bit strange.
That is
for me.
cool.
Yeah, it was cool. I kind of, whenever you saw like scenes of Kermit the Frog with Jim Henson,
yes,
that's how I felt. That's
which one were you though?
I was Kermit.
It's not easy being green.
But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun, and it was a really interesting session in terms of how it panned out. There were lots of revelations and interesting things going on. They really went to town with the role playing as well, so I'm really excited to get that episode released because it's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, where can folks reach you?
I am at Copper Harpy on the Twitter.
I am at Oxyspring on the Twitter,
and I am at Jimmy Sprinkles with 2 S's on the end. I can never remember my Twitter handle. And obviously, if you want to reach out about the show, you can reach us at Brit_bikes. But for now, it's goodbye from Dee.
Peace out.
It's goodbye from Alex.
Au revoir.
And it's me, Jimmy Sprinkles, saying keep on biking. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Don't get into strangers' cars.
Brits on Bikes is steered by the Kids on Bikes RPG by Doug Lewandowski and Jonathan Gilmore. For more information on the game, visit renegadegamestudios.com. Brits on Bikes featured Eve Smith as Dee, Sean Oxspring as Alex, and Jimmy Sprinkles as the GM. To keep up with all the latest BOB news, you can follow us on Twitter @Brits_Bikes. To unlock exclusive BOB content, you can subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/BritsOnBikes. Help us share Alex and Dee's adventures by reviewing us on iTunes, Podchaser, or anywhere you get your podcasts. And remember, keep on biking.
Are you ready for Super Idols RPG?
Super Idols.
A rotating cast of today's hottest up-and-coming tabletop players in one all-new, power-packed podcast.
Super Idols.
Move into a new dimension with the year's biggest pop music-themed, magical girl-inspired Masks campaign.
Super Idols.
Now you can have all your favorite nerdy roleplay in a funny, sincere, diverse, character-driven package.
Super Idols.
Meet soon-to-be chart-topping idols like Violence Violet, Bane Raven, Symphoria, Elementum, Queen Bee, Warcry, and Karen. Super Idols RPG, the internet's premier narrative play podcast about super-powered teen idols. Call the number on your screen now to order Super Idols RPG on CD or cassette, or stream it wherever podcasts are sold. Must be 13 years or older to listen, because we do sometimes say please do not actually try to order a CD or cassette from us. That's just part of the parody. Please send a self-addressed stamped envelope to yourself because you deserve something nice in the mail today. And seriously, come listen to Super Idols RPG. It's pretty cool, and it's a fun show, and we think you'll like it. Visit superidolsrpg.castos.com for more details.
1 2 2 2 2 1 2. This is my new fancy microphone.
This is the voice of the BBC.
I'm just Steve.
The only reason the lockdown is being removed is to take heat away from Dominic Cummings.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with that. Who the fuck is Dominic Cummings?
Yes. Meanwhile, in Great Britain, we're all really pissed because somebody drove 60 miles to see their dad.
No, he didn't. He went 200 odd miles to see his dad.
Right, yeah.
Then he went 60 miles to test his eyes.
Yeah.
See,
I have been to Barnard Castle. It's lovely.
Who that guy is?
Jimmy, when you were having your bad times, did you ever think about just taking your kids out into the car and just going around on a little drive, just to test how you're feeling? You know, just a little drive up to Scotland, just test how things are going.
Yeah, no, it's fucking bonkers. It's one rule for one, and
it is
a different rule for the other 6 million of us. It's just.
I'm hoping ridiculous. This is the Tories' tuition fees.
Love it. Yeah, no, he's he's not. He's just a sociopath. Like he's an absolute psycho. He's the one running the country.
I think he's got dirt.
Out in my mind. Of course he's got dirt.
I think he's got like the most dirt. Like
fucking Boris Johnson. If there isn't stuff on Bojo, then yeah, no. Of course he's got dirt. He is just like he is literally. Oh, what's his name? Malcolm
Tucker.
Malcolm Tucker.
He isn't. That's the thing. I don't think he's smart enough to be Malcolm Tucker.
He's Malcolm Tucker, but just not funny.
Yeah, if you saw him at that press conference, he doesn't know what he's fucking doing. Like, he's an idiot.
Oh,
but,
I hope so.
Like what? Everyone who thinks he's like some sort of Machiavellian genius. What did he do when he ran the Leave EU campaign? He basically said it's okay to lie about stuff, and if you lie about good things, people will vote for you. That's not smart. That's not intelligent. That's basic, dumb thing. If you tell people
that's Trumpian politics.
Yes, it's Trumpian politics. It's not smart. It is catering to the lowest common denominator. It just happens that there's a lot of lowest common denominator out there. But people sort of have this sort of view of him as some sort of Machiavellian genius when he really isn't. Because if he was, he wouldn't have made a lie so dumb as to say, I went to go test my eyesight by driving 50 miles with my kid in the car.
So, Eve, how are things politically over in your country?
I already went over all that with you. We are staring down possible civil conflict, and everyone just stopped giving a fuck about Corona because whatever, we're going to die anyways.
Yeah, it's both sides of the spectrum there.
Shit's feeling very nihilist out here right now.
I hear there's some targets being destroyed.
Yeah, good riddance. Fuck Target. Also,
I don't even know what Target is.
Don't listen
I think it's like Tesco.
You know what Walmart is?
Yes.
It's a cleaner Walmart.
Why didn't they take on the Walmart?
Because there probably wasn't a Walmart in the area. There's only a Target and a Walmart in the same area if it's a rich white suburb.
Right, okay.
Otherwise, it's one or the other or neither after they took all the fucking small businesses out of the network and just like food desert at the place.
Did you hear the news that the bloke who the police officer who killed the guy had known him for 17 years?
Nope.
Apparently they'd worked together as bouncers.
Cool.
So that's premeditated murder.
It goes to show just how little the cops care.
Yep.
Stop the police.
Yeah, since we're currently recording, real quick, I'd like to just go on the record. Fuck the police. I hate cops.
Mm-hmm.
They suck.
Yeah, they do.
All of them.
Yep.
All cops. No good cops. Never a good cop. Don't care about your movie cop. They all suck and are bad.